I just saw the third and fourth episode of A Night at the Seven Kingdoms, and in the third episode, well, we basically see Duncan and Egg watching some joust, just hanging out, talking about stuff, and he's waiting for his chance to joust and prove himself as a knight. And while this happens, he meets the squire from earlier that was practicing with his brother, I think. Anyway, he meets that guy. Now, I don't really remember everyone's names. That's kind of the problem with this universe. There's a lot of people you need to remember. And so I don't remember him. But anyway, so he goes and talks to him, and Egg goes to watch a puppet show. But before that, there's a old lady that gives a prophecy about Egg and saying that he'll become king and he'll die in a really horrible way. And Egg is really shocked by that, and Duncan doesn't take it seriously because he doesn't know Egg's a Targaryen prince. But so that's kind of a foreshadowing. Okay, it's a spoiler. It's a kind of foreshadowing for what will happen to Duncan Egg in the very far future. But yeah, so Egg goes to watch the puppet show, and oh yeah, before that, we see Aerion, the Targaryen, jousting, and he takes out his opponent by striking his horse, and the crowd gets really mad, and a small sort of riot erupts, and Egg says that he did it on purpose, and it's kind of gives us a clue about what his character is, what kind of person he is. So anyway, during the puppet show, Egg, while the girl from earlier, the one who's going to be painting Duncan's shield, she's in the puppet show, and there's a scene about her slaying a dragon. And while they're doing that, Prince Aerion shows up, and he looks mad. So, and then Dunk is talking to the other guy in another tent, and Egg comes in to tell him what's happening. So Duncan shows up, and he watches Prince Aerion break that girl's finger, and he punches him and knocks him to the ground, and then he kicks him again. And so Prince Aerion's guards take him, and they're about to hurt him, and then X shows up and tells them to stop, and that's when everyone realizes that he's actually a prince, and he was just pretending to be a normal boy. So anyway, that's how that episode ends. And the fourth episode will be basically see Egg talking to Duncan about why he pretended to be someone else and what the reason for that is. And it's not really a great reason, but it's a reason, I guess. And Prince Baelor Targaryen wants to talk to him about what happened, and he tells him that he shouldn't have done that to Prince Aerion, even though he was protecting the girl, because there are consequences. But it seems like Prince Baelor doesn't want Duncan to get hurt, and he wants him to survive, which kind of shows his character as a great person. And he tells him that he really only has one option to save himself, because Prince Aerion's gonna try to get him executed and all that. So yeah, Duncan, when they meet Prince Baelor, Prince Maegor, I think, his brother, and Prince Aerion, he asked for a trial by combat, and Prince Aerion, acting like a coward, tells him that he wants a trial of 7, so instead of 1-on-1, he wants 7-on-7, so that he has a good chance of winning. I mean, he's a prince, he's going to have a lot of great fighters on his side. And then Duncan, it's put in a tough spot because he doesn't really know anyone, he doesn't know any knights, he doesn't know who's going to fight for him, and the fight's going to happen the next day. So then he's trying to figure out who's he's going to get to help him. And the squire from earlier, his cousin, says that he will fight for him. Although it came out of nowhere. And then Dunk shows up with his brother, the one that was in the tavern earlier, and tells him that he's not gonna fight seriously. He just gonna fight for face and all that. So, and then he also gives him a prophecy of what's gonna happen to him, and that's that. He leaves, and then the next day, as Duncan's waiting for the knights that squire from earlier, his cousin said he would bring. So he looks around and he sees, oh, I forgot the guy. His name was it Lionel Baratheon, the Baratheon lord from earlier, the guy who's dancing. He's there apparently, so he wants to fight, and he says that Egg is the one who actually came and got him. And the guy from earlier who said that he would bring people and would fight for him, the squire's cousin, he turns to the other side because it's a better deal for him. So he's gone, and Duncan, so the squire, the guy's cousin, he says he will fight for him and to ask him to make him a knight. Then Lord Baratheon makes him a knight, and he is still short by one person. He still needs one person, and he asks the crowd, any knights here, anyone brave enough to fight? And you don't see anyone, and that's the comedic scene in the middle of that, which I felt like was unnecessary. But anyway, there's no one willing to fight for him, and he's just standing there on his horse. And then all of a sudden the gates open, and Prince Baelor Targaryen shows up and says that he would fight for him. And honestly, that entry was a really great entry. It was an awesome entry. And it's shocking. I mean, this is the prince and the future heir to the Seven Kingdoms who's fighting for some knight that he doesn't even know, just because he's on the right side of it. And he says that he was only protecting the innocent, and his fate, he should have a chance, basically. So Prince Baelor's on his side, and in the next episode, I'm guessing that the entire jousting match, the match of the seven, is gonna happen with all of them fighting. I don't know how exactly it works, but this is a great way to end the episode. I mean, he's got a Baratheon lord and a Targaryen prince on his side. This is just a common guy who's trying to be a great knight, and this many people fighting for him. It's really heartwarming to see. And this makes me think that Prince Aeryn's side, even with his father and his Kingsguard all there, they're gonna have a tough time winning this. And I really hope Sir Duncan takes him down. And there is some stuff I know that probably happened in the next episode. I hope it doesn't happen, but I'm not gonna say it right now. But anyway, this was a great way to end the episode. I'm really excited to watch the next episode. I'm probably gonna watch the next episode by itself and then do a review on it. So yeah, I'll get back to you after that.